first graders. Had a very shiny nose. Are you ready for some math with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? I am good. You need your dry erase board and your dry erase marker and your big math brain. We're going to do some new stuff today. I'm going to grab all mine. I'll see you in just a second. Ta-da! Boards, and I have numbers and markers for your dry erase jobs. Get ready. I would like you to make the number 10 on your board with me. And now we're going to talk about the ones and the tens place value, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get started. I'll put you on my big camera so you can see better. So here we go. Oh, love my Christmas shirt. Now we're the right way, but it looks like it's a little bit too big. I made the number 10. Let me back that up for you a little bit. There we go. I made the number 10 on a piece of paper, but what I asked you to do is, could you make it also, I got a squeaky marker, on your board? So you're writing the number 10 today. And I'm also going to show it here so you have it in two places. Okie doke. When you think about the number 10, I'm going to ask you today to change the ones. That would mean change the 0. So here is my example. I'm going to ask you to keep the 1, but put in a 6 in the ones place. So that's the tens place. That's the ones place. I now made a new number. So I could do it this way. I could erase it, or I could just write the new number is 16. Good. Now I want you to go back to having your 10. And I'm going to do a little bit of erasing. Well, I don't know where my eraser is, so I'm using my little finger. I would like you to keep the 10, but put in a 5 this time. What new number could you make if we did it that way? Hopefully you're saying, oh, Mrs. Jones, we could make 15. Let's try a few more before we get working in our green math book. Make 10 again. And in the 0, the ones place, put a 4. You now made the number 14. Yeah, write those down, please. Okay, let's try again. I have the number 10. How about you put a 3 in the ones place? I now have the number 13, a 1 and a 3. Write those, please. All right, last one. You've got this. We can do it. Come on, my little reindeers. I have 10. Put a 1 in the ones place. What is that new number? 11. Nice job. We're going to clean off our boards. So alakazam, alakabam, clean off those boards. And I would like you to get your green math book and a pencil, because we're going to start working in our green math books doing the same type of thinking, but adding with a few extra numbers. So it won't be too tricky since we warmed up our brains. Green math book, page 115. Like, wow, Miss Jones, that's a really big number. It sure is. 115 has, I'll write it for you, 115. Check that out. It has a 1 in the hundreds place, a 1 in the tens place, and a 5 in the ones place. So 115. Find that in your green math book. It's module 2. We're not in a new one yet, but we're getting very close. So locate that page right now, and we'll get ready to write together. Here we go. 115. You got this. Okay. Here is my page 115. Let me see if I can fix that up for all of us. And at the top, please write your name. I'm going to try to make that not blurry for you. So let's see if I refocus it. If you're like, oh, Mrs. Jones, that's a little bit better. And of course, I will make it big in just a second. But first, I need to write my name. I'm writing Mrs. Jones, but of course, your name's not Mrs. Jones. So write your own name. Best handwriting, please. And then try the date. It's 12 dash. I believe it should be the 15th when you're doing it, but you might want to double check with your calendar that we did this morning. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in and we're going to find number 1. Here we go. On number 1, it says, what is 9 plus 5? First job I want you to think of today is we're making a group of 10. So we're going to take that 9 plus what makes 10? 9 plus 1 makes 10. That's our first job. Now we're going to borrow this 10. And you're like, oh yeah, we're going to use the 10 down here. So here's where we're thinking, oh, Mrs. Jones, I see that you've got your 10, and I do. Here's my 10. And I'm thinking, I used one of those, so it's now 10 plus 4. 10 plus 4 equals, that's the same thing as this number. So I had the 10, and in the ones place I put the 4. So 9 plus 5 is, yeah, it's 14. So you would write 14 in the top and 14 on the bottom. Good job. Okay, it's going to get a little bit harder. Now we have 8 plus 6. First job is we want to make 10. So we're going to use that 8. 8 plus what makes 10? If you don't know, you're like, that's okay, I could figure it out. 9, 10. It's this answer, 2. You got it. So you're going to say 8 plus 2 is 10. We're going to bring the 10 down. 10 plus something equals something. So we used 2 of the 6, right? So I had 6, and I'm going to try to squeeze those on. I had 6, I used 2. The number I want now is, yeah, it's 4. 10 plus 4, and just like we did before, I have my 10. I'm going to put a 4 in the ones place. I know that it is 14. You guys are rocking it. So if you wrote 14 here, put 14 up top so you have all of those there. Super. Okay, we're going to keep working. Sorry about my little picture in the corner. I'll get that out of the way. Keep working. Go down to number 3, and they're going to tell us a story. And here it says, Suhan put together a collage of 9 pictures. Adele put together another collage with 6 pictures. How many pictures did they use? Now, if you're like me, I love to circle the numbers and underline that question. But if you didn't do that, that's okay too. What I do know is that it is 9 plus 6. They were so nice to write it in for us. That is just like we did up here, but now we don't have those magical little boxes. We have to use our brain to imagine it. So we're going to make a group of 10 first. So we're going to use 9. 9 plus what equals 10? Yes, it's 1. 9 plus 1 equals 10. So now we're thinking, I have a 6. I have 6. I used 1. Now I know that it's, yes, it's 5. You're right. So it's 10 plus 5 equals something. Let me show you what that might look like if you're imagining it in your brain. 10 and add the 5. Ding, ding, it is 15. A 1 and a 5. Let me get these out of our way because we need to write down 9 plus 6 is, oh yes, it's 15, my little reindeers. How are you feeling, Rudolphs? Good, good. All right, we're going to go on to number 4 now. Let me move that down there. Sorry about that. Ron has 8 crayons in his pencil case, and you're probably going to say, Mrs. Jones, can you please get those numbers? And 7 crayons in his desk. Okay, get the 7. How many, here's where you can underline or color it, how many crayons, sorry, I almost skipped that word, does Ron have all together? What 2 numbers did you hear? Yes, so here's what you're hopefully going to say, Mrs. Jones, I heard 8. 8, and we have more because there's 2 numbers. More means plus. 8 plus 7 equals something. Okay, make sure that's in your box. Now come over here with me and we're going to make a group of 10. So we're going to use 8. 8 plus something equals 10. What does 8 plus something equal 10? We could do it this way. I've got 8 in my big brain. I'll put it in there and I'll count on 9, 10. We need, yeah, that was 2 I just showed you. So 8 plus 2 is 10. Now you're thinking I have 7 and I used 2. So if you know what that looks like, I have 7. I'll squeeze them in on the page. I used 2 and this is what's left. Yeah, 5. So really it's 10 plus 5 equals something. Let me show you what that might look like here if you want to visualize it. 10 plus 5 equals 15. So put a 1 and a 5, 15. Because 10 plus 5 is the same as 8 plus 7, 15. And take a deep breath. You're doing fantastic. And get ready to turn the page to 116. Nice job. Make sure you filled all of those in with me. And don't forget, you could always pause the video if I'm going a little bit too fast for you. All right. We should be looking at number 5 now. We're going to head to a park. Get ready to circle the numbers or color the numbers like I like to do. At the park, there were 4 ducks. Oh, quack, quack, little ducks on the pond, swimming in the pond. There were 9 ducks, get that 9, resting in the grass. How many ducks were at the park in all? Take your numbers. 9 plus 4 equals something. Come over here and think, I've got to make a group of 10 first. So we're going to start with 9. 9 plus what equals 10? 9, 10. It is 1. Okay, we used 1. We used 1. So really, it is 10 plus 3. If you're like, ooh, I wonder what that is, but I'm getting to be so good at it now. 10 plus 3 is what? 13. So go back over. 10 plus 3 is 13. 9 plus 4 is 13. Did you fill all those in? Awesome. We have 2 more left. Finish strong with me. You've got this. And this one's about cookies. Yum. I just made some cookies this weekend. Cece made 7 frosted cookies and 8 with sprinkles. Oh, I like sprinkles. How many cookies did Cece make? Okay, they're now making it harder. They've taken away our number sentences, but we won't get tricked. We've got this. What are our 2 numbers? 7 and 8. So what is 7 plus 8? Well, I bet you we can figure this out. First off, we have to make a group of 10. So let's do it. 8 plus something equals 10. Do you know it? 9, 10. That was 2. Okay. 8 plus 2 equals 10. Now we're thinking, and we've already done this math problem on another page. Now we're thinking 7, but we use 2. So I have 7 fingers. Let me put those back on the screen for you. I use 2. What's that number I'm looking for? 5. So I'm thinking 10 plus 5 equals what? I can show you on the screen as well as you could think about it in your big brain. 10 plus 5. Oh no, my 5 flew away on the floor. Hold, please. I better get it before Penelope tries to eat it. I've got it. 10 plus 5 is 15. So you're writing 15 and you're writing 15. Then see if you can try to do this, maybe without me. I'm still going to work through it, but if you want to go ahead of me, go ahead. Peyton read 8 books about dolphins and whales. She read 9 books, don't forget to circle it, about dogs and cats. How many books did she read about animals altogether? First up, get your numbers. Of course, yes, it's 8 plus 9 equals. And if you wrote 9 plus 8, it's the same thing, so no big deal. Come over here, and you're thinking, I got to make a group of 10. 9 plus 1 equals 10. Okay, now you're going to use your 10. 10 plus. You're going to think I used 1. So really, what is 1 less than 8? 7. You got it. 10 plus 7. 10 plus 7 equals, so that's 10. Now I don't have the number, but I want you to try on your own because this is the last math problem of the day before you do homework. Think of 7 right here where my fingers are. A 1 and a 7 makes 17. So you're going to write 17 and 17. Then take that math book and either take a picture of it and show it to your fantastic first grade teacher, hold it up on the screen, and I'm like, whoa, I love all that work. Nice job. You guys did fantastic today. Thank you for doing math with me. See you later, alligator. Bye.